show us an example of feminine side. I see what you mean. You see, a woman, when she is feminine, she doesn't battle with a man, her husband or her boyfriend. For example, a few years ago, we were discussing if our son will go to public school or to a private school. Or homeschooling. I was adamant that our son should do a homeschooling, but my husband was adamant that he should go to private school. At the end, he actually went to public school because his friend was going. And everything inside of me wanted to battle him, because as a mother, I thought I know better. But even though I thought it's the best decision for him to be homeschooled, my husband was like, no, it's going to be private school. And my heart was bleeding. My heart was hurting. I was surrendering. I was like, okay. But in my heart, I was thinking, and in my mind, I'm going to continue to pray. I'm going to continue to meditate so my husband will change his mind. But I was surrendering to him. But most women are so masculine. They're like, no, it has to be this way. And they're constantly battling. A feminine woman, she doesn't battle. She doesn't argue. She agrees with her husband because she believes that he has the best interest. And so even though I couldn't understand him, but I thought, well, he loves our son. He wants the best for him. And the reason why I was against private school is because I was going to private schools, and to my surprise, they were more strict than even public schools. So many rules, so many rigid rules. And I'm like, wow, I don't feel comfortable there. Why would I want to send our son there? And I was so surprised. And even though I don't like now public school, and this is the biggest problem in the United States, is finding a good school, a good teacher. Everybody's so strict, and it doesn't matter public or private school. But to me, what I'm trying to explain, even though I didn't agree with my husband, I was surrendering. And that is the biggest example of feminine woman. She doesn't battle, she doesn't argue, she doesn't fight. She gently surrenders, she gently accepts, but she does her feminine work. And her feminine work is her work, spiritual work. Because when a woman is spiritual, she influences her man. And at the end, my husband agreed to do what I wanted. It took 2 years, and he agreed. And the first year to 2020, he did homeschooling. And this year, he decided to go to public school, our son. And so this is the example of feminine woman. Really good question. How to love. You cannot love anybody, even yourself, until you find a way to love, again, God, higher power, or the universe. Because once you get in the state of meditation and you come out of your body, you come out of your mind, and you connect to the cosmos, to the universe, to God, to power, higher power, that's when you feel love. That's when you truly connect and feel love. And that's where you take love for yourself and you start filling yourself up. When you are full, you can give love. When you're empty, you can give nothing. And so that's why most of the time people are empty now, and they're hoping, let me find a pretty sexy girlfriend or rich husband or anybody, and they will give me love. No, my friends, if your parents were not able to give you love, how can a boyfriend or girlfriend give you love? They give you very little. But if you're empty, this little will never be enough. And so your partner, your boyfriend, your husband, or your wife gonna be exhausted trying to fill yourself up, and they will never ever will be able to fill you with love. And love comes only from above. Can a woman be feminine and classy but still lead in the relationship, taking masculine role? For example, right now, by the way, I'm using a masculine energy because I have to think, I gotta answer your questions. But as soon as I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm shifting back to feminine. With my son, with my husband, I'm back in the feminine energy. However, a woman is responsible for a relationship. A man's job is to provide and protect. But atmosphere, the energy of the home, is a woman's energy. And so a woman is really in charge of the relationship. For example, if a husband is in a bad mood, I will do everything to calm him down. I will tell him, honey, would you like me to make you this favorite food? Would you like me to make you a bubble bath so you can go take a bubble bath or whatever in order for him to come down? A woman is responsible to what's happening at home, how the relationship is going, and so she's a leader in the family. But how she leads is through feminine energy. But when it comes to money decision, where we're buying the house, which car we're buying, all of the investments, all of that decisions to protect and to provide is on man. And so woman has a certain role in a relationship and marriage, and a man has a certain role. And for example, if my man will tell me, my husband will tell you, don't buy those curtains or don't buy this furniture, I'll say, honey, this is my territory. The same way, I don't go into his territory and telling him how to change a transmission in a car, for example. That's his territory. And so men and women need to know where you don't cross the boundaries. Kind of like that. So I hope I answered the question. Should a man with a high feminine energy needs a masculine woman, or should work on his own masculine energy? Really good question. If a man is feminine, he will attract a masculine woman, but this dynamic will be she is a mother and he is a son. He would not want her sexually and she would not want sexually him. He needs to work on him becoming a masculine. But better even, woman needs to become feminine and then man will become a masculine. But if he is a single man, he needs to work on his own in order to become a masculine man. The best way to become a masculine man is to start hanging out with masculine men. He needs to see example. Go to karate, go to boxing, go to judo, go to some kind of sport activities where they fight, where they wrestle. That's the best way to start connecting to masculine energy. And the other way, obviously, waking up early in the morning, going for a run, doing the physical activity, going to the gym. Men need to go to the gym in order to become strong physically. Insecure about aging, 30 plus. So you're insecure about aging? My friends, again, it goes back to our soul. When the person is full inside, it doesn't have insecurities. I'm kidding you not. If my husband will tell me tomorrow, let's go through divorce, I found a younger woman, I said, okay, because deep in my heart, I know that he will not find a good woman like me. But this confidence comes not from me. This confidence comes from my relationship to a higher power. When you have a relationship to a higher power, what starts to happen, you start to accept yourself with good, with bad, with all qualities, and you becoming integrated into one. And when you integrate it into one, you feel happy inside. You feel fulfilled. You don't have insecurities. Because I have a girlfriend who is also 35 years old, gorgeous, beautiful, model looking. And she said, well, in 5 years, I bet my husband gonna divorce me because there's so many younger women. They're so pretty. I never think like that. But again, people think like that because they have fears. And so we need to change fears into love. And how can you change fears into love? When you love higher power or universe, however you want to feel comfortable, you then start feeling love from the God or universe to yourself. And that's what fills you up. So love gets bigger and fears start to get smaller, smaller and smaller. Yeah, I've worked with so many models who feel so insecure. They have insecurities. I'm not pretty enough. Wow, models think like that. Or I'm not smart enough, and they have stories I'm an idiot. They think they're stupid. So yeah, insecurities, it doesn't matter whether you're a celebrity, young, sexy, beautiful. People deal with insecurities, and comes from, again, fear. The best way to start overcoming that is doing morning affirmations. I wish you happiness. When you're wishing everyone happiness, happiness comes to you, and you start to fill your soul up with happiness. And this happiness is full of love. That's why, again, if you can't find Alisa Abdullaeva YouTube channel, and start watching my spiritual videos, that's what I would recommend. Can you make a video about in-laws problems? Okay, I will be happy to. If you can ask me what kind of problems, because there's so many problems with in-laws. in-laws from husband starts to telling you what to do and how to do, and when they tell you and also your husband, they come into your territory, and that means boundaries are not there. And I remember the first few years of our marriage, my husband's mother were trying to do that, and so slowly by slowly I will start building the relationship with her, putting the boundaries. It's like a little bit of cookie, a little bit of whipping. A little bit of cookie, a little bit of whipping, meaning cookie, I acknowledge you, but whipping, I'm taking the distance. Here's the cookie, I'm gonna help you to organize the birthday party for your relative, but whipping, I'm taking the distance. And this is how you train your in-laws. But when they really come into your territory, you gotta put the stop, because again, it's all about boundaries. But how you can create the boundaries is again having the confidence in yourself. So that's why I always tell people, don't work on anybody else, work on yourself. The more principles, the more confidence and happiness you have inside, then everything, it just peanuts. It just comes into place and you know how to navigate. Can you talk about long distance relationship? Who should relocate? Kids age 18 and 16. First of all, long distance relationship is not a serious relationship. There's nothing to talk about it, because you are in New York, somebody is in Texas, and you see each other every month or every weekend or every 2 months. You get together on the weekend, you have a good time, but that's not a real relationship. If you start actually living in the same city, maybe after 2 weeks you're like, oh, no, it's not working. And so unless you're already in the same town, I'm not going to even discuss this, because it's not serious. And so who should relocate? For a man, it's much harder to relocate. For a woman, it's much easier, but a man gotta support a girl who will relocate. And if you guys are 18 and 16, what? An 18-year-old cannot support a 16-year-old. And so, my friends, you kind of in a La La Land fantasy in my world. That's how I view it. But please forgive me if I'm wrong. You are Jordan Peterson and Esther Perel in one. Oh, thank you, my God. I love Jordan Peterson. I've heard a few times of Esther Perel. I appreciate that. Thank you. Relationship with divorced man with 2 kids. Any advices? It's hard due to the jealous ex-wife. Yeah, that's a problem. You see, even if a woman goes through divorce, because she has kids with him, she never fully lets him go. Even if she could remarry another man, even if she'll be happy with another man, she would always still feel like she's pulling the strings of her ex-husband. And that's why when we marry someone or when we date someone, you need to see, do you like his parents? Do you like his ex-wife? Because that could be a deal breaker, big deal breaker. Especially, I want you to understand a model that in your man's life, number 1 will always be kids. Number 2, always gonna be his ex. Why? Because she's the mother of his kids. And only 3rd place, only you, because you don't have kids together. But even if you have kids together, she will always play an important role in his life, because again, she's the mother of his kids. And so that's why if you're dating, you gotta see how much is she able to manipulate him. And if she's manipulating him right and left and she's jealous, you gotta think if you want to continue that relationship, because it's a big problem. And also see if kids also like you, if you like them, even though you don't have to be a mother to them, but you gotta be friends with them in order for your man to be happy. All right, other question. When a man tells you one thing about you is annoying. See, maybe it's not a big reason enough. Can you tell him that you don't like when he's saying this to you? You see, the dating process is to see, do you connect with him? Do you like him? And if you haven't been sleeping together yet, you can request, can you please stop telling me that I don't like it? But in such a gentle and kind manner. And if he respects you and stop doing it, then yes, continue relationship. But if he's hurting you and continue to tell you that maybe you're overweight, or maybe he doesn't like your hair, or maybe he doesn't like your color of your eyes or your breasts or whatever, then yeah, cut it out. Because how other people talk to us women it does everything to our confidence level. As soon as I see people saying nasty comments on my channel here, I just delete and block them. I'm kidding you not, because if I'm gonna allow somebody to tell me nasty thing and keep them on my channel, it's gonna impact my confidence level and it pollutes my soul. Why would I do that? I'm a contribution to this channel, and if they don't agree, and if they're fighting and arguing with me, or God forbid curse, I delete and I block. So you gotta be very tough with that. You cannot allow people to tell you nasty things or tell you the things that you don't like. Boundaries again, request, and if he doesn't want to respect that, yeah, break up, depending how bad it is. How to make him obsessed of me with my femininity? No, my friends, this is a games. No. Obsession is about playing games. You just be feminine. You just be kind and loving, and then he would love you. I am about love. I am about respect and compassion, but not about obsession. Obsession is about playing games. So no. You be feminine and he would love you and respect you. Have principles in life. I want to only be a writer too. That's all I want to do, but I am procrastinating. Why? Because this is your mission in life. That's your purpose in life. I'll be honest with you, my friends. I've been a therapist for 19 and a half years, but for the past 15 years I knew that my true purpose is to be a public speaker and to make a difference and bring spiritual education, psychological education. But you see, I do it only for an hour or 3 hours every 2 months doing the lectures. I'm not like goal oriented towards that, but I know deep in my heart it was my purpose. But I had to do so much spiritual practices in order to overcome that. Whatever we want so much, we also have fear of facing that. And so in order to overcome that fear, we need to again do the spiritual work on ourselves, and then the door starts to open up and open up and open up, and then like whew, when it's that open, you cannot escape it anymore. So I wish you luck. Writing, that means it's your true purpose in life. And so you got to work on it. Your advice to attract a good man while living in a very small city, please. Not a fan of dating app. The best way, well, I'll share my example. I have a girlfriend right now, feminine, sweet, humble, and she been through separation for years, and last week her husband gave her the divorce papers. Really stupid husband. There's nothing I can say. Found another woman, cheated, and now she's single with 2 kids. Now, me and my 7 girlfriends, we're looking for a good man for her. When you are this happy, this kind, this humble, the whole community gonna start helping you to find a good man. And that's what woman needs to achieve. When you come to the community, you serve community, when you smile, when you're happy, the whole community wants to help you to find a man. And guess what? I'm not just looking in the state. I have friends and connection in New York City, in Florida, in other states. And so we're looking everywhere. And I'm kidding you not, I already interviewed 7 men only last week for her. And so the best way to find a man through your friends. Let your friends start looking for a man for you. But that means what kind of woman do you need to become so feminine, humble, and gentle that the whole friends and community will start helping you to find a good man. I'm stressed because my husband spends too much time with his parents. He ignores me without explaining. Should I leave? I'm just trying to think, why would your husband choose to be with parents rather than with you? Because a man will sometimes go drinking and do video games or go to his parents' house or friend's house because he's not happy at home. And so you need to start asking, what are you lacking? What's going on at home that he is rather spend time with his parents than with you? And this is a tough one. It's a tough one. You have to be really honest with yourself. Something is not working in your marriage, and sometimes it's easier to really say something is wrong over there, and for us women not to look what's happening here over with us. And so I'm not sure whether maybe you have sex only once a month, maybe you stop taking care of yourself, maybe you are complaining every day, maybe you're not appreciating him and acknowledging him. Maybe you're too controlling and manipulating. I'm not sure. But again, this is abnormal. If a husband wants to spend time with parents and ignores you rather than with you, something is happening, and you need to address that. Again, once you're going to start doing spiritual practices, affirmation or meditation, you're actually going to connect to the universe and even feel in your consciousness what you're doing wrong, because trying to attack him or confront him, maybe he's not even ready for this conversation. So the more you're going to start shifting to being accepting and feminine, the more he will start gravitating and would want to spend time with you. I love when my husband, when I ask him sometimes, honey, do you like that I quit working? He's like, oh yes, I love it. And I said, what do you like the most about it? And he says, when I come home, our home feels like light, peace, relaxation. And as soon as he comes home, he just smiles. All of the stress and worries is behind. And so your job to become this humble, this feminine, this peaceful, this happy, that your husband will come home and will feel like, wow, he's in the best place in the world. So with that said, my friends, if you want to just text in 1 or 2 words, what did you get out of this session? Because we're coming to an end. Whether you liked it or not, whether you got something out of this session, please let me know. And then I'm gonna leave, and I'll see you guys again in a week or 2. Let me know. Love is God and the universe. Yes, indeed. Love it. Thank you. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you. Came late, I know, but I'll be back. I'll be back next week, and all of this recording, I'm gonna post it on Alisa Abdullaeva YouTube channel. So you can go there tomorrow after 2 o'clock, and this whole 1 hour something will be at the YouTube channel. And then I'm gonna start chopping it and putting on the TikTok, so you're not gonna miss anything. Always love your sessions. Thank you. Being light begins with my morning meditation. Absolutely. Morning meditation, the best way to start your day and the healing process. Thank you. So useful information. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. So grateful. Thank you, friends, for taking your time on Friday night, instead of watching TV, being on Friends, being with Date, being with me, and maybe learning something. I truly appreciate it. Love to you as well. Take care and love your wisdom. Thank you. Thank you, my friends. Have a wonderful, happy, blessed weekend, and I'll see you next time. Namaste, my friends. Bye.